A student, a pupil, is a learner, or someone who attends an educational institution. In Britain until about 2012, underage schoolchildren were always referred to as pupils, while those attending university are termed students. In the USA, and more recently also in Britain, the term student is applied to both categories, no doubt due to US influence. In its widest use, student is used for anyone who is learning, including mid-career adults who are taking vocational education or returning to university, or younger researchers or artists learning from a more experienced colleague and mentor. Africa, Nigeria. In Nigeria, education is classified into four systems known as 6-3-3-4 system of education. It implies 6 years in primary school, 3 years in junior secondary, 3 years in senior secondary, and 4 years in the university. However, the number of years to be spent in university is mostly determined by the course of study. Some courses have longer study length than others. Those in primary school are often referred to as pupils. Those in university as well as those in secondary school are being referred to as students. Asia. Singapore. 6 years of primary school education in Singapore is compulsory. Primary school, secondary school, junior college. There are also schools which have the integrated program, such as River Valley High School, which mean they stay in the same school from secondary 1 to junior college 2, without having to take the O-level examinations which most students take at the end of secondary school. International schools are subject to overseas curriculums, such as the British, American, Canadian or Australian boards. Bangladesh. Primary education is grade 1 to grade 5, ages 6 to 10. Junior secondary is grade 6 to 8, ages 11 to 13. Secondary is grade 9 to 10, ages 14 to 15. Higher secondary is grade 11 to 12, ages 16 to 17. Brunei. Education is free in Brunei Darussalam, not limited to government educational institutions but private educational institutions, too. There are mainly two types of educational institutions, namely government public as well as private institutions. Several stages have to be undergone by the prospective students leading to higher qualifications, such as bachelor's degree. Primary school, secondary school, high school, colleges, university level. It takes 6 and 5 years to complete the primary and secondary levels respectively. Upon completing these two crucial stages, students, pupils have freedom to progress to sixth form centers. Colleges are probably straight to employment. Ahead of time, these students will be led to undertake the university level programs in both government and private university colleges. Cambodia. Education in Cambodia is free for all the students who study in primary school, secondary school or high school. Primary school, secondary school, high school, college, university. After basic education, students can opt to take a bachelor's degree at a higher education institution, which normally lasts for 4 years, though the length of some courses may be longer or shorter depending on the institution. Nepal. In Nepal, 12-year school is categorized in 3 stages: primary school, secondary school and higher secondary school. For college it averages 4 years for bachelor's degree and 2 years master's degree. Pakistan. In Pakistan, 12-year school is categorized in 3 stages: primary school, secondary school and higher secondary school. It takes 5 years for a student to graduate from primary school, 3 years for secondary school and 2 years for higher secondary school and 2 years for college. Per university college, on average bachelor's degree spans over 3 years with exception to engineering degree that takes 4 years and 2 years master's degree. Philippines. The Philippines is currently in the midst of a transition to a K-12 basic education system. Education ideally begins with 1 year of kinder. Once the transition is complete, elementary grade school comprises grades 1 to 6. Although the term student may refer to learners of any age or level, the term pupil is used by the Department of Education to refer to learners in the elementary level, particularly in public schools. Secondary level. The high school comprises 2 major divisions. Grades 7 to 10 will be collectively referred to as junior high school, whereas grades 11 to 12 will be collectively referred to as senior high school. The Department of Education refers to learners in grade 7 and above as students. After basic education, students can opt to take a bachelor's degree at a higher education institution, which normally lasts for 4 years, though the length of some courses may be longer or shorter depending on the institution. In Iran, 12-year school is categorized in 2 stages, elementary school and high school. It takes 6 years for a student to graduate from elementary school and 5 years for high school and 1 year for pre-university college. After graduating from high school, students acquire a diploma. Having a diploma, a student can participate in the Iranian University Entrance Exam concours. The University Entrance Exam is conducted every year by National Organization of Education Assessment, an organization under the supervision of the Ministry of Science, Research and Technology. Members of the Baha'i religion, a much persecuted minority, are officially forbidden to attend university, in order to prevent members of the faith becoming doctors, lawyers or other professionals. Australian continent. Australia. In Australia, after preschool, which is not compulsory, children begin primary school, usually after the 5th birthday. In New South Wales, the first year is called kindy, in Victoria, prep, and in South Australia, reception. Students then continue on to grade 1 through to grade 6. Before 2014, Western Australia, South Australia and Queensland, primary school continued on to grade 7. However, the governments, in an act of uniformity, agreed that by 2014 all states will conclude primary schooling at year 6. Students now begin secondary school in year 7 and continue to year 12. Year 7-8 is generally referred to as the junior school. 9-10 is referred to as middle school, and year 10-11 through to 12 as senior school. After year 12, students may pursue tertiary education at university or TAFE. The general term for people in primary, secondary and tertiary education is students. New Zealand. In New Zealand, after kindergarten or preschool, which is attended from ages 3 to 5, children begin primary school, year 1, at 5 years of age. Years 1 to 6 are primary school, where children commonly attend local schools in the area for that specific year group. Then year 7 and year 8 are intermediate, and from year 9 until year 13, a student would attend a secondary school or a college. Primary school children are known as pupils and intermediate, secondary school children are known as students. Europe. Europe uses the traditional first form, second form, third form, fourth form, fifth form and sixth form grade system, which is up to age 11. Finland. In Finland, a student is called opiskeliija, though children in compulsory education are called oppilas. First level of education is esikoulu, which is optional. Children attend esikoulu to the year they turn 6, and next year they start attending peruskoulu, which is compulsory. Peruskoulu is divided to alakoulu and alakoulu. After compulsory education, most children attend second-level education, either lukio or amatikoulu, at which point they are called students. Some attend Kimpuluoka, which is a retake on Similekulu's education. To attend a Matakoki-Kulu or a university, a student must have a second-level education. The recommended graduation time is 5 years. First-year students are called Fuxi, and students that have studied more than 5 years are called NNNENVUADINOPASCOLIGA. France. In some French schools, a blue or bizou is a first-year student. Second-year students are sometimes called carré. Some other terms may apply in specific schools, some depending on the class préparatoire or grandes écoles attended. The generic term étudiant applies specifically to someone attending a university or a school of a similar level, that is to say, pupils in a cursus reserved to people already owning a baccalaureate. In Germany, the German cognate term student is reserved for those attending a university. University students in the first year are colloquially called erstes. Different terms for school students exist depending on which kind of school is attended by the student. The general term for a person going to school is Schüler of Schullehrerin. Students attending a university preparatory school are called Gymnasiasten, while those attending other schools are called Hauptschüler or Realschüler. Students who graduate with the Abitur are called Abiturienten. The abbreviation STUD, plus the abbreviation of the faculty PE, Phil, for philosophy I, is a postnominal for all students of a baccalaureate course. The abbreviation CAND, for candidatus, plus the abbreviation of the faculty is given as a postnominal to those studying for a mastership. First name surname STUD, Phil, or first name surname CAND, JUR. Ireland. In Ireland, pupils officially start with primary school, which consists of 8 years. Junior infants, senior infants, first class to 6th class. After primary school, pupils proceed to the secondary school level. Here they first enter the junior cycle, which consists of first year to third year. At the end of third year, all students must sit compulsory state examination called the junior certificate. After third year, pupils have the option of taking a transition year or fourth year. In transition year, pupils take a break from regular studies to pursue other activities that help to promote the personal, social, vocational and educational development, and to prepares them for the role as autonomous, participative and responsible members of society. It also provides a bridge to enable pupils to make the transition from the more dependent type of learning associated with the junior cert, to the more independent learning environment associated with the senior cycle. After the junior cycle, pupils advance to the senior cycle, which consists of 5th year and 6th year. At the end of the 6th year, a final state examination is required to be sat by all pupils, known as the Leaving Certificate. The Leaving Cert is the basis for all Irish pupils who wish to advance to higher education via a points system. A maximum of 600 points can be achieved. All higher education courses have a minimum of points needed for admission. At Trinity College, Dublin, undergraduate students are formally called junior freshmen, senior freshmen, junior sophista or senior sophista, according to the year they have reached in the typical 4-year degree course. Sophista is another term for a sophomore, though the term is rarely used in other institutions and is largely limited to Trinity College, Dublin. At university, the term fresher is used to describe new students who are just beginning the first year. The term first year is the more commonly used and connotation-free term for students in the first year. The week at the start of a new year is called Freshers' Week or Welcome Week, with a program of special events to welcome new students. An undergraduate graduate in the last year of study before graduation is generally known as a finalist. Italy and Italian, a matricola is a first-year student. Some other terms may apply in specific schools, some depending on the Liceo Classico or Liceo Scientifico attended. According to the Goliardic initiation traditions, the grades granted are matricola, fargialo, colonna, and anziano, but most of the distinctions are rarely used outside Goliardia. Sweden. In Sweden, only those studying at university level are called students. To graduate from upper secondary school is called ta studenten, but after the graduation festivities, the graduate is no longer a student unless he or she enrolls at university level education. At lower levels, the word ELEV is used as a general term for all stages of education. The word studerand is used, meaning studying. United Kingdom. Traditionally, the term student is reserved for people studying at university level in the United Kingdom. Children studying at school are called pupils or schoolchildren. However, the American English use of the word student to include pupils of all ages, even at elementary level, is now spreading to other countries, and is occasionally found in the UK, as well as Australia and Singapore. In South Africa, the term learner is also used. In England and Wales, teenagers who attend a college or secondary school for further education are typically called sixth formers. If pupils follow the average pattern of school attendance, pupils will be in Year 12 between the ages of 16 and 17, and Year 13 between 17 and 18. However, many schools still refer to them as the lower sixth and upper sixth, or as an A2. The successful completion of VI-form and the acquisition of A-level qualifications is the traditional path to university education. In Scotland, pupils sit highest at the end of fifth year, after which it is possible for them to gain entry to university. Many pupils, however, choose to remain at school for a sixth year to grow in maturity and to gain extra qualifications. At universities in the UK, the term fresher is used informally to describe new students who are just beginning the first year. Although it is not unusual to call someone a fresher after the first few weeks at university, they are typically referred to as first years or first-year students. The ancient Scottish University of St Andrews uses the term begent for a first year. Second years are called semi-begents, third years are known as tertians, and fourth years, or others in the final year of study, are called magistrants. In England and Wales, primary school begins with an optional nursery year followed by reception, and then move on to Year 1, Year 2, and so on until Year 6. In state schools, children join secondary school when they are 11-12 years old in what used to be called first form, and is now known as Year 7. They go up to Year 11 and then join the sixth form, either at the same school or at a separate sixth form college. A pupil entering a private, fee-paying school would join the third form, equivalent to Year 9. Many schools have an alternate name for first years, some with a derogatory basis, but in others acting merely as a description, for example, shells or grubs. In Northern Ireland and Scotland, it is very similar but with some differences. Pupils start off in nursery or reception age at 3 to 4, and then start primary school in P1 or Year 1. They then continue primary school until P7 or Year 7. After that they start secondary school at 11 years old. This is called first year or Year 8 in Northern Ireland, or S1 in Scotland. They continue secondary school until the age of 16 at 5th year, Year 12 or S5, and then it is the choice of the individual pupil to decide to continue in school and do his levels and then the next year to do A-levels. In Scotland, students aged 16 to 18 take hires, followed by advanced hires. Alternatively, pupils can leave and go into full-time employment to start in a technical college. Large increases in the size of student populations in the UK and the effect this has had on some university towns or on areas of cities located near universities have become a concern in the UK since 2000. A report by Universities UK, Studentification, A Guide to Opportunities, Challenges and Practice, has explored the subject and made various recommendations. A particular problem in many locations is seen as the impact of students on the availability, quality and price of rented and owner-occupied property. North America, Canada. Education in Canada is within the constitutional jurisdiction of the provinces, and the overall curriculum is overseen by the provincial governments. As there is no overall national coordinating authority, the way the educational stages are grouped and named differs from region to region. Education is generally divided into primary education, followed by secondary education, and post-secondary education. Primary and secondary education are generally divided into numbered grades from 1 to 12, although the first grade may be preceded by kindergarten. Ontario and Quebec offer a pre-kindergarten, called a junior kindergarten in Ontario, and a garderie in Quebec. Education in Ontario once involved an Ontario academic credit as university preparation, but that was phased out in 2007, and now all provinces except Quebec have 12 grades. The OAC was informally known as Grade 13, and the name was also used to refer to the students who took it. Education in Quebec differs from the other provinces in that it has an école primaire consisting of grades 1 to 6, and an école secondaire consisting of secondaries IV. Secondaries IV are equivalent to grades 7 to 11. A student graduating from high school can then either complete a 3-year college program or attend a 2-year pre-university program required before attending university. In some English high schools, as well as in most French schools, high school students will refer to secondary 1 to 5 as year 1 through 5. So if someone in secondary 3 is asked, "What grade year are you in?" they will reply 3 or Sec 3. It is presumed that the person asking the question knows that they are not referring to grade 3, but rather secondary 3. This can be confusing for those outside of Quebec. In some provinces, grades 1 through 6 are called elementary school, grades 6 to 8 are called middle school or junior high school, and grades 9 to 12 are considered high school. Other provinces, such as British Columbia, mainly divide schooling into elementary school and secondary school. In Alberta and Nova Scotia, elementary consists of kindergarten through grade 6. Junior high consists of grades 7 to 9. High school consists of grades 10 to 12. In English provinces, the high school years can be referred to simply as first, second, third and fourth year. Some areas call it by grade such as grade 10, grade 11 and grade 12. The difference between college and university is significantly different from in the United States, or even the United Kingdom. A Canadian college is more similar to an American community college, but also the British, French and other European and British Commonwealth such as Australian and New Zealand, etc. On the other hand, in contrast, a Canadian university is also quite comparable to an American university as well as many other universities among the Anglosphere and Francosphere. In Canada, colleges are generally geared for individuals seeking applied careers, while universities are geared for individuals seeking more academic careers. University students are generally classified as first, second, third or fourth year students, and the American system of classifying them as freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors is seldom used or even understood in Canada. In some occasions, they can be called senior 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. United States. In the United States, the first official year of schooling is called kindergarten, which is why the students are called kindergarteners. Kindergarten is optional in most states, but few students skip this level. Pre-kindergarten, also known as preschool, is becoming a standard of education as academic expectations for the youngest students continue to rise. Many public schools offer pre-kindergarten programs. In the United States, there are 12 years of mandatory schooling. The first 8 are solely referred to by numbers, so students may be referred to as first graders, fifth graders, etc. Upon entering high school, grades 9 through 12 also have alternate names for students, namely freshman, sophomore, junior and senior. The actual divisions of which grade levels belong to which division is a matter decided by state or local jurisdictions. Accordingly, college students are often called freshmen, sophomores, juniors and seniors, unless their undergraduate program calls for more than the traditional 4 years. First year. The first year of college or high school is referred to as freshman year. A freshman is a first-year student in college, university or high school. The less common gender-neutral synonym, first-year student, exists. Second year in the U.S. A sophomore, also called a soph, is a second-year student. Outside the United States, the term sophomore is rarely used, with second-year students simply called second years. Folk etymology indicates that the word means wise fool. Consequently, sophomoric means pretentious, bombastic, inflated in style or manner, immature, crude, superficial. It is widely assumed to be formed from Greek sophos, meaning wise, and moros, meaning foolish, although the etymology suggests an origin from the now defunct sophuma, an obsolete variant of sophism. Post-second year in the U.S. A junior is a student in the penultimate year and a senior is a student in the last year of college, university, or high school. A student who takes more than the normal number of years to graduate is sometimes referred to as a super senior. This term is often used in college but can be used in high school as well. The term underclassmen is used to refer collectively to freshmen and sophomores, and upperclassmen to refer collectively to juniors and seniors, sometimes even sophomores. The term middler is used to describe a third-year student of a school that offers 5 years of study. In this situation, the fourth and fifth years would be referred to as junior and senior years, respectively, and the first 2 years would be the freshman and sophomore years. Graduate students. A graduate student is a student who continues his/her education after graduation. Some examples of graduate programs are law school, medical school, veterinary school. Degrees earned in graduate programs include the master's degree, a research doctoral degree, or first professional degree. Vocational school. Students attending vocational school focus on their jobs and learning how to work in specific fields of work. A vocational program typically takes much less time to complete than a 4-year degree program, lasting 12 to 24 months. Liberal arts that are required in 4-year universities are less important to these students because the skills necessary for the careers take precedence in order for a timely completion of the program. Student politics. Students have their own current of politics and activism on and off campus. The student rights movement has centered itself on the empowerment of students, similar to the labor movement. Mature students. A mature, non-traditional, or adult student in tertiary education is normally classified as a student who is at least 21 to 23 years old at the start of the course and, usually having been out of the education system for at least 2 years. Mature students can also include students who have been out of the education system for decades, or students with no secondary education. Mature students also make up graduate and postgraduate populations by demographic of age. Student pranks. University students have been associated with pranks and japes since the creation of universities in the Middle Ages. These can often involve petty crime, such as the theft of traffic cones and other public property, or hoaxes. It is also not uncommon for students from one school to steal or deface the mascot of a rival school. In fact, pranks play such a significant part in student culture that numerous books have been published that focus on the issue.